One more question which comes is that how much time and effort is needed on completing your ACCA qualification? How much time is required on one exam paper? How much time does it take on all of the papers? So I suppose that if you are starting from your ACCA professional qualification, not from foundation diploma, but from ACCA foundation professional qualification, you need to complete your 13 exams. Okay. Within these 13 exams, what do you have? You've got 3 exams in your level 1, which is called applied knowledge. Then you have 6 exams in your level 2, which is called your applied skills, F4, F5. So what is here? You have got F1, F2, and F3. You might go for the old names like BT, MA, and FA. Then you have here F4, which is your business law. F5, which is called PM, performance management, F6, which is called TX, tax accounting, F7, which is called FR, financial reporting, F8, which we call AA, audit and assurance, and F9, which is called FM, financial management. So these are 6 papers. And then you move to your last level, the third level, which is called strategic professional, and you have to pick up 4 papers from here. What are the papers? SBL, Strategic Business Leader, SBR, Strategic Business Reporting. These 2 exams are compulsory exams, and you must take these 2. And then you have 4 optional papers, which I would call them as AFM, Advanced Financial Management, AAA, which is Advanced Audit and Assurance, APM, which is Advanced Performance Management, and ATX, which is Advanced Taxation. So remember that this AFM is a continuation of this F9, like Financial Management, F9, and AFM. AAA, Advanced Audit and Assurance, is a continuation of this F8, which is called AA. APM, Advanced Performance Management, is a continuation of F5, which is called PM. And ATX is a continuation of F6, which is called taxation. Now, you don't have to take all 4 of them. You need to choose 2 of them. And I suggest to choose these 2, Advanced Financial Management and Advanced Audit and Assurance. These 2, I suggest that you can skip. Okay, so this is what make your 13 exam papers. Now, what is very important, that how much time and effort is needed. See, generally, first level 1 is quite easy. But in any case, let's speak like this, that in the most ACC exams you can cover in 160 to 180 hours, the maximum thing. So even because it depends on individual to individual, it depends on your learning speed, how good you are in or you have been in your academics, how strong you have been in your academics, how focused you are while you are studying. So we all are not same people. Okay, it is possible that for something I take 10 hours, you can do it in 8 hours. A little bit of difference is possible. So 160 to 180 hours inclusive of everything, each exam paper, one exam paper approximately, with few exceptions. Like F1 is all theoretical exam. It requires less practice, so it will take less time. F4 is also a short exam paper. I can say that F1 and F4, you don't need a lot of time. You can finish them in 120 hours or so. These are 2 exceptions. Other papers, they take almost the same time. What is included in 160 to 180 hours overall in general? So if you see that on Vertex, you've got topic videos, you've got question videos, which you need to cover. You need to do some reading of book or reading of our notes. You need to do practice on your own. And you need to do the testing part, okay? Testing yourself by taking quizzes, by taking progress tests, by doing mock exams. Topic videos for most of these papers like F5, F7, F9. Okay, F5 has a short syllabus, F7 has a little bit longer syllabus. But you can say that topic videos, you can separate something like 30 to 35 hours on topic videos, okay, approximately. Question videos, again, around 20 to 30 hours of question videos are available, minimum or maximum. Reading time, I suggest that, okay, now this is one question. Some students said, they say that, should I read the entire study text by BPP or Kaplan? My answer is that no, you do not need to. Study text is important. But it becomes very important for those people who do not have lectures, who are not going to any tutor, and their only source of knowledge is the book. So if the book is your only source of knowledge, then you have to, go through it in detail. You have to read every word of that. But if you have the lectures from any tutor, then the importance of books becomes less, because the tutor in any case is explaining the same concept. So if I'm telling you IFRS 15, a standard IFRS 15 revenue from contracts with customers, and I've explained you 2 hours lecture, so when you go to the book, you will find the same thing. The book is not going to speak something different, or I have not told something different. It's almost the same. So those students who are watching my lectures, I do not suggest them reading the book. Instead, I suggest them reading my complete notes. And that will save time, because you know that you have got book which is like 700 pages, but the notes are only on 170, 180 pages, which are very concise and very helpful. And reading notes can also take you approximately 20 to 25 hours, something like this. Okay. Then you have to do practice on your own. And this is very, very, very important. Here, you should be spending approximately 40 hours on different chapters and different topics. And then you need to do testing, like, you take progress test 1, progress test 2, you take mock 1, you might take mock 2, you take some quizzes, approximately 15 hours of testing. So if I make a total, it makes me 55, 20, 75, 75 and 30, something like 105, and then 35, 140. And then you can put something like 10, 20 hours of extra cushion on watching some videos or doing something. So this is approximately 160 to 180 hours is the maximum thing which you need to do. Okay. This is the maximum side, which gives you a guarantee of passing 100%. But if you come in and say, I can only give 120 hours in total, then I would say your chances of passing the exam are also only 70%. You said, no, I've got only 100 hours to allocate. I don't have enough time. So then I say, okay, you go to exam with a probability of 50-50. You may pass, you may fail. So if you can put a budget of 160 hours, it means that you are on the safe side. And by the way, this 160 hours is, like I said, that this is on the maximum side. Okay, this is on the maximum side because it makes 140. If you see, the total makes approximately close to 140 or something. For us, with Vertex, what we have, in most cases, we have these 2 videos, maximum of 70 hours, 70 to 75 hours of practice questions and question videos approximately. So you can say that, okay, 75 hours for video content, which is question videos and the syllabus videos, and then another 75 hours on other things, okay, like practicing yourself, reading the book, doing and testing yourself. Now, how do you budget that? That's very, very important. How are you going to make a plan? Most students, they like to take one exam every session. Okay, so you know that ACCA exam sessions are in March, June, December, and so on. So they, for example, you finish in the March session, your last exam was on 10th of March, you begin on 20th of March, and you are looking for taking exam in the June session, which is 7th or 8th of June is your exam date. So you have to finish your syllabus by 20th of February. Okay, sorry, 20th of May. March, April, May, 20th of May. So in between, effectively, you have got approximately 11 weeks. Okay, 10 to 11 weeks between any 2 exam sessions. Most students, they have 10 to 11 weeks of preparation. So if I say that you have to do 160 hours in 10 weeks time, that makes that, 16 hours per week. Now, this is your rule. Okay, this is your rule. I don't ask you to study every day, and ACCA is not that difficult that you have to study every day, okay? Um, between 15 to 20 hours. If you are a working professional, you have less time, you cannot give 20 hours, but you are a working professional, you have this advantage. So you have this advantage of, a little bit more understanding, a little bit mature mind, and you can actually do more in less time because you already have work experience. So that will help you. So I can say that working professionals can finish the same task maybe in 12 to 15 hours. But if you are a full-time student and you don't have any work experience, probably you have to give like 20 hours or something. So it is something between 12 to 20 hours per week. Working professionals probably would go with this schedule, 12 to 15 hours, and and full-time students might be thinking like giving 20 hours per week, something like this. So it has to be between 15, 20 or close to that. There is no way that you can do 5 or 6 hours per week, and there is no need of giving 40 hours per week. And I'm talking about one exam paper. So what I want to emphasize here, that if you are willing, or if you are available to give something between 12 to 20 hours. This is the minimum for working professionals, and this is the maximum for full-time students. And you give this much time on weekly basis, you can finish one exam every session. You can finish one exam. You will take one exam in March, you will take another in June, another in September, another in December. If by chance you have more time, because you're not working, you can double the effort. You can say, okay, I'm not giving 20 hours, I'm not giving 15 hours per week, I'm going to give 30 hours per week. And if you do 30 hours per week, you can, actually take 2 exams every session. You can take 2 exams every session. So anyways, if you go with like 1 exam per week, you can finish this one exam per session. You can finish your qualification in 3 years time. Okay, so if I'm giving 15 hours per week, 15 hours per week, 15 hours per week, I can complete all 13 exams within 3 years. If you are a full-time student and you say that I'm not going to give 15, rather I would be giving 30 hours per week. Okay, I'm going to give 30 hours per week. Then you can even finish this entire qualification within 2 years. Depending on that, you do not fail. And of course, if you are giving this much of total 150 or 160 hours to one subject, there is a very little possibility that you will fail. Most people who fail are actually those people who are not giving this much of time. They actually do not count the time. They never have done their planning. They think that they can start 1 month before exam, and then they start studying 2, 3, 4 hours every day. And when you are doing 2, 3 hours every day in the last month, you actually are giving only 80 or 90 hours. And with 80, 90 hours, you cannot expect to pass. Okay. So bottom line is that the entire ACCA qualification can be completed in minimum 2 years or maximum 3 years, depending on how much time you give. If you are giving 15 hours because you are a working professionals, 15, 16 hours per week, it will take you 3 years to pass all 13 exams. I can make timeline, but that's not needed. You can make for yourself that which paper to take in March, which in June, which in September, and so on. If you are a full-time student, and you can, of course, if you're a full-time student, what do you do all the day? You cannot sleep full day. I mean, full-time students, I don't expect them to give 15 hours per week. They've got so much time. So they should be taking 2 exams every semester, and by allocating approximately 30 hours per week, and they can pass 2 exams and they can complete all 13 exams within 2 years time. Okay, so this is the timeline or time frame guidance for ACCA.